Hey there, guys. It's Bobby Pin back with yet another artist spotlight. This time we are taking it back to my hometown, Washington, D.C., as we prepare to talk to a filmmaker. I think it's so inspiring to talk to women who are bossed up and using their talents to tell important stories. So without further ado, we got my girl, Latrice Amanda, in the... Oh, let's get into it. I hope y'all are having a good Friday. I'm feeling great. There she
Hi,
is. Hey, Latrice, how are you?
hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent, Queen. It's a pleasure to talk with you and connect with you. Let me readjust a little bit.
Okay. Thank you
Go
for
ahead.
having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on and to share your talent and your story with me. So
Oh,
let's go ahead and
okay.
introduce yourself to our viewers. Tell us a little bit
Okay.
about you.
Of course. So I'm Latrice Amanda, and I'm from Washington, D.C., born and raised, formerly Chocolate City, but
Right.
we're rocking it out. And I mean, I'm just excited to be here. I have been writing like my entire life, like ever since even when I was a little girl, instead of playing with dolls, you can always find me with a pen and paper writing
Wow.
short stories, poems, plays, like incredible imagination. And it just really manifested itself to where I'm at now. Even though I started out writing, I was also acting. But I
Okay.
had an acting coach, and my acting coach really talked to me about the importance of being a woman in color and also being in a position to greenlight and produce your own content. And that really meant so much to me, to the point where I decided to go to school and get a master's in creative writing and television and film, and really just take the time to truly develop my craft.
Yes, I noticed
Mhm.
that MFA after your Instagram name, okay? Master of Fine
Yes,
Arts. Don't
yes.
sleep.
Look, I paid for those degrees. I'm gonna wear those initials like a badge of honor. So
I
yes.
know that's right. I love it. I love it. So tell you told us a little bit already. You have been a storyteller your whole life and you
Yes.
showed interest in acting. Tell me how you came to the realization that being a film writer was something that was important to you.
I mean, it just started from when I was younger. I mean, since a little girl, like just being in a position to create stories and use my imagination, it's like a part of my DNA. So
Yeah.
to actually now understanding how important it is to write and the possibility of telling stories that mean something to me, it's just kind of like, hey, I got to make it happen. I don't care about reaching a level of fame, but just to know that I gave it an effort. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And that makes me completely happy. It is what it is. I'm a writer, and this is what I do.
Well, I am so excited for you. We are here to talk about your debut at the Hip Hop Film
Yes,
Festival, your
yes,
new film, I Married My Best Friend. Talk to
yes.
me about that.
So I Married My Best Friend is basically a film that is geared towards millennials. We have definitely found ourselves in awkward situations. So this particular film is about two films, best friends who go out one night of partying, and they wake up and they can't remember anything that transpired the night before, except for they wake up, of course, married. So it's just kind of like, what the just happened. So if it's like, if awkward as, what had a baby with, just being hungover, it's like, okay, there you go, just a big blob of mess. So two friends trying to figure it out.
Okay, that sounds exciting. Tell me about the cast. How did you go about selecting your actors? Who are they?
So, like I said, I've been writing for a long time, so I'm real loyal in a sense. Like, I think I have like that Tyler Perry effect. So, honestly, the cast
Are you a
include,
Taurus?
I am a Gemini.
Okay, okay. Close enough, right there on
Yeah,
the edge.
yes, the cast and crew, we've known each other for like 10 plus years. And a lot of these actors and actresses and crew members are people that I've worked with previously. So it's like, this is my tribe. I don't necessarily believe in trying to build up. I
Yeah.
really embrace who's in my inner circle and people that I have relationships with and that I can connect with. And we vibe off of each other's energy. So it ain't nothing but to just call one of my tribe members up and say, hey, let's do this. And that's just kind of like what happened.
I love that. That
Yeah.
is definitely a key to networking, you guys, right there. As much as we aspire to network up
Yeah.
and meet these executives or whatnot, do not
Yeah.
sleep on the people who are right there with you.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
love that.
Yes, that's honestly like one of my philosophies in life. I tell my students that I teach, like, yeah, we all inspired to like, okay, let's go to LA, let's meet this top person in Hollywood. Okay, that's fine and great, but don't sleep on the people that's in your inner circle. You know,
Yes.
we can come together, combine our resources, and we really are in positions to implement real change. So
Absolutely. Now, talk to me about being in the DMV, pursuing entertainment. When we think of DC, you think of politics. I definitely got my start there. So I know that there's a scene of entertainment, but that's not exactly what it's known for. And something I hear so much, honestly, every city says this,
mm-hmm.
but DC is really good for complaining about how we don't support each other. So I feel like you're already breaking that. But let's go a little bit deeper. Talk to me about your experience in entertainment in the DMV.
Well, I have to be completely honest with you. Like DC, in my opinion, is definitely on a come up. Like we have a lot of just new opportunities in DC. I have to give Mayor Browser a lot of credit. She's a strong supporter of the arts in DC. So like there's like a new it's a government building that used to be in this building of the old BET office. That
Mm-hmm.
building is pretty much dedicated to the performance arts. You have 202 Creates. I mean, there are a lot of artists in DC now that are really doing amazing things. A lot of films are actually being filmed in DC also by women of color, you know, persons of color. So I think back in the days, like, oh, DC is not really known for like artistry in a sense, but that's quickly changing.
Yeah.
Quickly. Yeah.
I fully agree. I just wanted to hear it from your mouth. I recently did a piece for Revolt where I got to spotlight that on a national scale.
Okay.
So I just wanted to dispel that, okay? The truth
Yes.
is, you can make it from anywhere. I really believe that. And like I said, I will always have love for my hometown. That's where I got started. Shout out to Warren for setting us up.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
family,
Yes.
the tribe is still strong. So everybody that's in the DMV, if you have a dream or a passion, you are in a great place to get it out. Let Latrice be your example.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. I mean, there's a strong artist community here. I mean, of course, you hear that, oh, like the crabs in the barrels type of thing, but honestly, overlook that. Your tribe is here. You just have to look.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah,
talk to me about funding. How did you find, the budget to create this film? Because I know it's not easy. You
yeah,
got people behind the scenes. You got to feed your actors.
yes.
Talk to me about that.
Honestly, it's all come out of my pocket, like self-financing.
Amazing.
I mean, it's tough and you make a lot of sacrifices, but I mean, I invest in myself, you know what I mean? So it's like, I do believe the day is going to come when I can get like mad funding, but a lot of it is really just resources coming from my own pocket or just people really believing in me and donating time and like little things like the sets, you know, hey, can we film here? Calling up favors like, oh, can we do this there? You know what I'm saying? So it works out. Okay.
Yes.
It's a
The, I,
struggle, but we make it happen.
Bootstrapping. I love that. You're the type of person, it sounds like, that there's no such thing as an excuse for you. You're going to figure it out and you're going to make it away.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
love that.
I mean, I've had moments of lack in the past, of course. You know, it's easy to, you know, to kind of feel like, oh, well, maybe I'm not doing enough or, you know, is this really a possibility? But I've really arrived to the state, like mentally, where I know what it feels like to have that and not have it yet. You know what I'm saying? So like mentally, I really do believe in manifesting what I want and eliminating like those challenges or those roadblocks. So,
Yeah. I
yeah.
love that. I love that. So talk to me about how you were selected to be a part of the Hip Hop Film Festival. This is a really big deal.
It's an honor, right? And I've always wanted to submit to the festival. And I was like, you know what, we got to submit this. But, you know, I stalk Film Freeway and I definitely keep track of like the festivals that's, you know, having like their deadlines. So I'm also doing like administrative, not just filming. I'm like pretty much doing everything. But the blessing is that Dante Parker, shout out to him. He's the director of So I Married My Best Friend. I was like, Dante, we got to meet this deadline to submit to this festival. So we knew, thank God, we filmed it before like COVID-19 really struck. Like we had a plan to film it in February and to be done like within like that 2 weeks to submit to the festival. So we just made it happen.
You just made it. You
Yeah.
just made it. Everything shut down in like March. So that's
Oh,
crazy.
we just made it. We just made it. We did it in February.
So how long total did it take for you to like produce the film?
We shot it in a weekend. And then, yeah. So it's a short film, right? So we shot it in a weekend, but we was extremely detail oriented and extremely organized. So we knew like the dates that we were going to film. We knew when we had to be done with filming because we had other festivals we submitted to, and it was like important to meet the deadline.
Yeah.
So a weekend we were done, and then like maybe a week or so out. We just worked kind of like overtime, and we were done with it.
So forgive me, I'm trying to learn the process myself.
Mm-hmm.
Who actually edits the film?
So
Because the
Dante,
director coaches. Okay, so he
Dante
produced it as
Parker.
well.
So not only is like we wear several hats. So Dante Parker, he is also the director and he's the editor. So he put that work in.
Shout out to Dante. Shout out to
Yeah.
you. I just love it. This Black power, this super dynamic that we got going on is so empowering. Let's shift gears a little bit and get to know you.
Sure.
What are 3 things your fans might not expect to know about you?
One is that I think I'm extremely shy, right? So even though, I started out acting and then also like behind the scenes with writing, but it's like you get so used to kind of like being behind the scenes and writing. It's like, oh my God, I have to do an interview. Like, wow. So it's like that human experience. Like, wow, I'm feeling extremely shy. So that's one thing.
That's cute. Vulnerability.
Yes.
People like that, so that's a good thing. Don't let that
go. That's Latrice all the way. So I'm definitely shy. Another thing I would have to say is that I'm a mom. So and when I first really started like creating content, I became pregnant. And also I was also like in the middle of graduate school, and I was like almost done with getting my master's. So it was like, wow, this is an unexpected surprise. So like, how do you adapt? You know what I mean? Like I'm really good at adapting and pushing through, and despite of, surprises in a sense, but I really use like the fact that I'm a mom to like just push me, like everything I do is like the plan to leave a legacy for my son. And I mean, he's really like my light, my star, like he really keeps me focused. I'm a family oriented person. So I love family. I love children. I love animals. That's a big part of who I am. And third, I mean, I don't know. I love to travel. I like to travel. I like to get inspired. New scenery, new people. Yeah.
2 questions. How old is your son?
He's 8.
Okay.
His name is Connor.
Connor?
Honor.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a name to grow into.
Yes.
So what was the logic behind it? I just want to hear the story.
Okay, so his dad and I was just trying to figure out a name. We could never agree on anything. So we were on 16th Street at a traffic light, and I just heard like this voice in my head that said, "How about Honor?" And I was like, "Honor, I like that." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Honor. We're gonna name him Honor," and that's how this stuff.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so the next question is, where is the most, or your favorite place that you've traveled so far? I was going to say most exotic, but where's your favorite place you've been so far?
I'm going to have to say recently I love to go to the beach. In North Carolina, we've gone to the beach, the Outer Banks, because we have a beach house, so we just kind of relax.
A beach house, excuse me.
It's a family beach house, but just kind of get away to just like relax and get away from the city, just sit on the beach and just kind of just chill out and be comfortable. And that's my escape. I plan on going within the next 2 weeks. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
It sounds really peaceful and serene, and just like you said, escape from city life.
Yes, definitely.
Another question I like asking, I always get different responses. When is the last time you felt embarrassed?
The last time I felt embarrassed, I don't know. I mean, I feel goofy and awkward and embarrassed often, but so I'm trying to think of like a time, like a moment that's like, dang, that's embarrassing. Maybe the other day when I was taking out trash and I slipped or I tripped on something. It was definitely someone that saw, but you just kind of like, shake it off and like, keep going. Yeah. So
I feel like that's the answer. At least the last 4 people I've asked that, everybody has fallen.
Yeah.
So falling is like a fear for everybody. I shared the story. I'll reshare it now. The last time I fell, which was equally as embarrassing, I was being attacked by birds.
Oh.
Have you heard of that before? Like, I didn't know birds like attack. But
Okay.
apparently, if you get too close to a nest where they have like a new baby or egg or whatever, they're fearful that you're gonna like harm them. And then add to that, I had these big chunky twisting that were up on my head. So I guess I
No.
looked like an animal.
Oh.
Girl, it was a hot mess. They chased me down the block. I was just coming from the gym. My legs were like worthless. I couldn't
Yes.
run or anything. And I
Yes.
went down. I still got a scrape on my knee from it. Like this was a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
So
Wow.
I'd be falling too. That was my way of trying to level the playing field.
Yeah. Yeah. But you were under attack. That's kind of like
Birds. Who like I didn't know birds did that. I was so shook.
Yeah.
I'm looking through your talking points, so forgive me for not looking at you. I
You're
just want to make
fine.
sure we are covering everything. Oh, of course. Where can people buy tickets and support the event tomorrow?
So you can actually go to alatriceproduction.com and there's a link to purchase the tickets for the passes for the festival. So just click on So I Married My Best Friend and there'll be a link right there.
Okay. So in other words, that means follow her. How about that?
Yes, please do. I'm on Instagram, Latrice Amanda _MFA.
I love that. I love that, boo. Is there anything else that we should talk about? Any upcoming projects? Maybe some castings that people can look
Yes,
out for?
So I'm actually slated to start filming another short film next month,
Okay.
titled Run. And I'm very excited about it. Very different from So I Married My Best Friend, more just kind of dealing with what we are all dealing with right now during this time. But yes, just, follow us. We have so many great projects, coming, and I'm all about like networking and meeting people. Yeah, like let's connect. And
I'm
the
inspired.
festival.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The Hip Hop Film Festival, guys. I think it kicks off tomorrow, so make sure you guys tap
So,
in.
so the festival actually had its run, but now we're just really like focusing on the screening, the
Okay.
cinematic experience. So, there's some dope projects there, amazing artists. Shout out to the founder of the Hip Hop Film Festival, Ciara. She is amazing. Like when you think of festivals, like this festival is for the culture. Like it's our stories, right? So there's a lot of great artists that's showing work. So yeah.
Tap in and support. Please support. And I'm definitely inspired that you have found inspiration in this time. I know it's difficult for a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but for artists, the artists that I've been talking to throughout the entire quarantine have
Yeah.
really found ways to stay positive and to keep growing within our crafts. So I
Yes.
definitely wanted to acknowledge that and maybe ask if you had some advice on how to manage news intake and some of the difficult feelings that we're experiencing, and how to channel that into our art.
You know what? A lot of mindfulness exercises for me. One, like writing for me is kind of like my escape. Even if I'm not necessarily writing a story, like I might just wake up and write how I'm feeling for the day. And it could be something that I never ever share with anyone, but just kind of like not holding in like frustrations. You know what I'm saying? So just taking a moment, like self-care, writing for me is like my thing, but also just really being blessed and thankful for what I do have there. Okay. Just, you're good. Okay.
I'm here.
Basically just taking a moment to like just be thankful for the blessings that I do have. I mean, you have a lot of people, who are not healthy. I'm healthy, my family members are healthy, we're doing everything to be safe. So just really embracing the good that's happening in spite of everything. That's
Mindfulness and gratitude.
mm-hmm.
Two total keys. You're giving me so much zen right now, sis. I feel like your place smells like sage and tea tree oil. Like I'm here for it.
It does though.
I told you, I'm like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the
It
vibe.
does.
I
It
can
does.
tell you are a sweetheart. You are super talented, and it's truly been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to spend this time with you and get to know
Thank
you.
you so much.
So again, So I Married My Best Friend
Yes.
has its cinematic debut tomorrow.
Yes.
So please tap in and make sure you support Latrice and everything that she's working on.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
follow you and make sure that we stay in touch as
Yes,
well. I might
please.
have to pull up and make a cameo. I don't know.
Hey, you're welcome. Come anytime. Let me know.
For sure. I appreciate you, Latrice.
Thank
Have a good
you.
one.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.